All right, everybody, we are live. So welcome to the FICS Facebook Live chat show with me, your host, Gillian Johnston. I am the chair of the FICS Student Commission. And tonight I'm very honored to be joined by most of our 2021 scholarship winners. My massive apologies that Mitch Whittam from Australia is not on. I completely messed up the time zones, so my apologies that Mitch is not on. Hopefully he will join on halfway through, but we'll see how it goes. But to welcome our recipients, we have Mr. Sam Tiley from the UK, currently studying at WIOC. We have Ms. Lizandi Skuman from South Africa. We have Alicia Beckford-Stewart from the United States of America. And we have Ms. Louisa Conradi, who is our emerging student scholarship winner. And she is also from WIOC, but originally from Germany, studying in the UK. Gets complicated. And then Mitch, who will hopefully join us later, he is from Australia. So, guys, I cannot believe that this year of your reign of your scholarships is coming to an end. I personally just wanted to thank each and every one of you for being such fantastic representatives of the FICS student population. You guys have really been just absolutely stellar, and we couldn't have asked for better representatives. So thank you so much for your time and everything that you've given throughout this year. We really do appreciate it. And also a big thank you to the sponsors that sponsored each of your awards. As we know, you guys got some really cool prizes along the way, which really made some of the hard work you did behind the scenes worth it. So very, very big thank you to the sponsors of each of your scholarships. All right, so we're just going to have a little chat about how your guys' years have been and how it's been going with the things that you've been awarded. So the first thing that you're awarded as the senior student scholarship winners is the online portion of the ICSC, which is an absolutely incredible prize. And I know, Lizandi, I think you mentioned that you've already got started on it.
Yes, I've already started with the ICSC course, and it's definitely very interesting and you can learn a lot. So while I'm studying and already busy studying to also do the ICSC, I feel it's like a big step forward for myself to see what other perspectives there are from other chiropractics around the world, which is amazing.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. That's so cool. And that is another really awesome benefit that we've created, is that final year students can start the ICSC while in their final year now. And obviously you guys having been awarded this, you can do it straight away, which is really, really cool. And Sam, you as well. I think you've also got going a little bit.
Yeah, I managed to start a few of the courses back earlier in the year before my dissertation and exams and end of year stress kicked in. But now we're coming up to graduation this week. I'll look to start a few more courses. But yeah, it's probably one of the biggest parts of the scholarship for me, having access to all the courses to carry on that kind of further education while you're still in your final year. When you've got a quieter week or a quieter term, you can really focus yourself on something different, and it gives you a bit of a new motivation rather than going and doing the same modules at your university. It gives you a little bit of something different to keep you on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam, I'm quite insulted. I thought you were going to say that the best part of your scholarship was getting to work with me, but whatever.
I said it was one of the best parts.
Won't take it personally. No, I'm just joking. That's really awesome. And congrats on graduating soon. That really, really is so exciting for you. And Alicia, I know I think you've done one module. How's that gone so far?
So it's been good so far. So I started with the head injuries in sport. And I think it's also been nice that we got to see the transition of the new platform. So I know initially when we were awarded the scholarships, it was being updated and they were kind of like, oh, start with this module, but maybe don't do these ones because they've been updated, keeping us really relevant. And obviously as students, you would think that we have the most relevant information that there's kind of out there. So it's really nice to see that it's updated to a point of not just the information, but the platform, easy for users. So it's been really, really good. And something that I've been doing is video portions. If I'm just walking on the treadmill, that's kind of like something that I can listen to instead of the podcast for the day. That ends up being the podcast for the day that I'm able to listen to. So it's been good.
That is really smart. I'm impressed with your productivity. Good on you. Awesome. All righty. So the other awesome opportunity you guys were given as senior scholarship winners was to be an honorary commission member on one of the commissions. So Sam had the pleasure of being on my commission, which meant he got put to really hard work. So Sam, no pressure because I'm here, but how did you find your experience on the student commission?
Well, I think I've mentioned it before. I think I almost underestimated how kind of important and rewarding that kind of role was going to be. I thought we'd go to a few meetings and speak about stuff, but the amount, I know I've been quite lucky because the commissions haven't really been able to do so much because of COVID, but we've been really lucky on the student commission because we've been able to put together the mentoring scheme, which we managed to roll out. And it was just such an amazing experience for me and something that I just wouldn't have experienced before. And it kind of opened a new door in my kind of career and profession of something that I really, really want to go into. That's something I never thought I wanted to go into before. But it's just been amazing seeing how that kind of admin and commission and organization of things goes on behind the scenes has been a really, really good experience for me. So I haven't just developed as kind of like a clinician or a chiropractor or a sports chiropractor, but offering that kind of other side of experience through the scholarship has been surprising, but really, really good for me.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad you enjoyed this experience because the whole reason we do this for you guys is because you are the future of sports chiropractic leadership. And by putting you into these commissions, we're giving you the opportunity, as you said, to see how things run behind the scenes, see how the different commission chairs run things so that if you are interested in that, you can step into that role really quickly after you qualify. So, and Sam has done such an incredible job. I threw him in the deep end and kind of to see what he was capable of doing. And he just outdid my expectations every time I gave him a project. And he became someone I could completely rely on in my commission to get some really, really good work done. So thank you, Sam, from my side. I really do appreciate that. And Lizandi, you were with Dr. Henry Pollard in the Research Commission. So I know that was another one that a little bit's been going on despite COVID. So how's your experience been?
No, it's been very good. Working with Dr. Henry Pollard was very nice. He's very nice, and we always communicated over email. And I also helped him a bit to get a few research pieces that can be put on the FICS Facebook and everything like that. So it was interesting because I'm also busy with my research now to actually go more into research, see more what different types of research pieces there are, and keep up to date with new research pieces. So that was very interesting for me to see, okay, what's the newest, what do you have to know, or what has changed. So it's nice to keep up to date.
Awesome. Now I'm glad to hear that. And just so you know, Lizandi, we had a commission chair meeting a couple of weeks ago, and he actually personally mentioned your name as someone that had been so helpful. So I was really proud when I was sitting there to hear your name mentioned. So well done.
Thank you.
And Alicia, we put her with the International Games Commission, at the end of 2019. We were like, this is going to be the perfect place for Alicia to be. And then COVID hit and there's been no games. So unfortunately, Alicia has not actually really managed to have as much of a commission experience. But Alicia, we hope that you'll stay involved with FICS and, maybe you can stay involved with that commission if that's something you're still interested in doing. And, you can then finally find out what it's all about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's, I guess, not necessarily from the commission side of things because there weren't any games for me to participate in. From the mentorship side of things, I did get selected for that program, and you guys did a phenomenal job. I'm actually going to be heading to LA for my preceptorship, and that mentor is actually located, so I was able to go and shadow with him and meet him in person and, just like have conversations. Our weekly chats have been great, but it was nice to actually see him in action. So it worked out really nicely to be paired with someone that's in a city that I'm actually going to be in as well. So as I'm working through my ICSC, the practical portion is that we have to be doing on-field work with a team. So I can kind of combine the two where I might be doing with them as well as, doing the ICSC. So it's been really, really great.
That's awesome. I'm so glad. And I'm so glad that mentoring experience has been so positive for you and you have managed to find some good FICS mentors But I promise, even though your commission wasn't active, anyone in the FICS family you could reach out to, and they'd all be happy to help you out. And that goes to all of you. So you are now officially ingrained in the FICS family. Oh gosh. So just on to Louisa, who was our first ever emerging student scholarship winner, who has gone on to do some incredible things. And one of the prizes that she got was she was supplied with a mentor for the year. And this was completely separate to the mentoring program that we launched as FICS. Because only final year students and recent graduates are actually able to do that, whereas Louisa is in her earlier years, and she was supplied with a fantastic mentor in Dr. Phoebe Henry from Australia. So, Louisa, can you just tell us a little bit about how your mentoring opportunity has been?
It's been amazing. I found that it really helped me, especially through COVID times, because we weren't able to be on campus a lot. And I found that quite hard to like stay motivated. And just having those chats with Phoebe, I don't know, it just really inspired me and just really helped me like stay focused on my goal and becoming a chiropractor and becoming a sports chiropractor, and just made it so much easier to get through this time. And Phoebe is amazing. She is always available for me to text her or email her, always gives me great recommendations for podcasts. And FICS did such a great job at matching us both in like what we're interested in sports and stuff. So that's really cool and worked out really, really well. And I've learned so much and I'm so grateful.
Awesome. I'm really, really glad to hear. Yeah, Phoebe's amazing. You guys should look follow her on Instagram. She's really cool. I'm really glad to hear that, Louisa, because it's so important, especially in your earlier years of chiropractic, when sometimes you're not as exposed to the world of chiropractic and chiropractic techniques in your first couple of years. So to have that opportunity to, be mentored by someone who's in the field and does what you want to do, I'm sure it just kept you motivated to keep studying in your bedroom at home, which is what everyone was doing in 2020 and 2021. Oh my, I really thought it'd be done by now. But that's really awesome, Louisa. I'm so glad to hear that of you. And Louisa's gone on and done great things. She's obviously running the FICS Student Club at WIOC, and they actually won the first ever FICS Student Club of the Year award earlier at our FICS symposium that we held. So congratulations to WIOC for that. And I think, Louisa, you also went on to be elected as the president of the WCCS. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, that's been really exciting. And I mean, that means a lot to me because WCCS is where I first heard about FICS. So that's like really still connected to my journey. And I feel like just talking to Phoebe about like staying engaged and her just giving me the advice on how to manage the stress and manage like doing FICS and WCCS and study like all together at the same time has just, helped me so much to manage all that.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear. And it's really nice that FICS and WCCS can continue our relationship even further now with you at the helm. So congratulations on that position as well.
Thank you.
So Louisa was also the other part of the Emerging Scholarship Award she was awarded $1,000 in tuition fees, which I'm sure goes a long way in taking some financial pressure off. So I'm glad that you managed to have that opportunity, Louisa. And our senior students, because obviously they're coming towards the end of their studies, they were given a cash prize, so not towards their tuition, but cash prize of $500. So Alicia, what did you get up to with that money that was awarded to you?
So I had a few seminars that I wanted to take. So I did my ART upper extremity, and then I'm also going to be taking another seminar soon. So the $500 just helps cushion kind of that student discount that we are afforded, but then also not necessarily thinking about the investment of it as much. It was a nice little cushion between the discount of being a student and supplemental education. So it was definitely helpful and greatly appreciated.
Awesome. That's really, really great to hear. Like, you're just adding so many things to your toolbox. That's so exciting. And Sam, I think you said you also did a course.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah, so I managed to put the money towards an acupuncture course up in London. So I went up to London for the weekend and did my dry needling course, and it actually happened to be the first weekend where all the pubs were open in England. So I managed to spend a little bit of the leftover cash on a few beers to celebrate. So yeah, it was put to good use, both academically and socially.
I'm so glad to hear. Well done, Sam. You know, sometimes you have to reward yourselves for all the hard work you're doing. So I'm glad that you managed to get a beer or two out of that. And I know how expensive alcohol is in the UK, so I'm sure you were grateful. That's awesome. And Lizandi, I think you just said you were being super savvy and you've just saved it for now and you're going to put it towards something in the future.
Yeah, so when I start like working, I'll use that money to actually buy something that I actually need. Yeah.
Good idea. Good idea. It does get expensive when you start getting out in practice. So very sensible, guys. I'm very impressed with you all. Well done. All right. So that is what our scholarship winners have been up to. Obviously, we can't hear from Mitch. And Mitch, if you're watching this on a recording, I'm so sorry for the mix-up. But he's also been doing great things. He was in the marketing commission as an honorary member, and then he also got involved in the mentoring program, which is obviously separate to this, but he was paired with our wonderful membership commission chair, Nat Ackmans. And I know that they have been having a really, really great time in their mentoring opportunity. And he's been finding a lot of benefit from everything he was awarded. So it's always good to hear. So we're now just going to be moving on to talking about the 2022 FICS scholarships and how is it that people can start applying. So these wonderful students on our screen at the moment, they are going to be handing over the baton to another set of 5 wonderful students who are going to carry the FICS name for 2022. And there is just an application process. Everything is all up on the website. It is, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, of the homepage of the website, you'll see there's a tab there that says Student Scholarships. You can click on that and it'll take you straight through to the page with all the information. For all those that are watching who are hoping to apply, just please make sure you select Student Scholarship and not Olympic Scholarship. They are 2 separate programs, so please select Student Scholarship. And the process of applying is there's basically 4 things that you need to submit. And the first one is an essay of about 750 words. So it's not too arduous. We're not asking for thousands and thousands of words. It's just a nice brief 750 words where we want you to speak about the importance of sports chiropractic to athletes in training and in competition, and about the future growth of sports chiropractic and where do you think it's going. One of the important things is that we need it to be your own work, please, no plagiarizing. We need it to be a well-referenced essay, including a reference list at the end. And we also wanted to include your own original ideas around the topics that we want you to speak about. So the 4 winners that are on tonight obviously did an incredible job with their essay. So I'm going to ask Alicia, if you don't mind just talking about, if you can remember, I know it was a while ago now, but if you can talk about your experience writing the essay, and if you can give any advice to the 2022 applicants.
So I would definitely say, I think almost every sports chiropractor that I've ever met has a very personal story or experience that either led them to chiropractic, or there was something of an experience that they had to recall, or it's kind of always at the forefront of their mind as their why. So I think in essay, that's probably the best place to start of your why and make it very personal, and then the words end up flowing and you have to edit down from potentially the thousands of words that you've written down to the 750.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. That's so true. And I'm obviously going to be on the selection committee again, and I can tell you that like personal touch to your essays really do help, because we're going through and reading 40, 50 essays. So when you really put your personal touch in and you really do have that original thought to it, it does stand out to the selectors. So that's some great advice. And as I said, they are on the website. There are actually sample essays from previous winners that you can go and have a look at, and you can see kind of how they have put the essay together. Obviously, please don't copy their essays. We will know that. Own original ideas, and obviously well referenced from anything that you're taking from someone else. So that is the first thing. That is the essay. The second thing is just to write a short paragraph of approximately 200 words about your own participation in sports and exercise. And this year we've also added on for you to please mention how you think your participation in your sport or in your fitness or your exercise, how you think it's going to help you as a sports chiropractor in the future. So Sam, I'm going to pose this one to you because I know that you are a very talented rugby player. And how do you think being I think you are. How do you think having been involved with rugby at a pretty high level is going to help you as a chiropractor in the future?
Yeah, so obviously being involved in sport at any level, you've already got a foot in the door, and it's a cliche, but a lot of the world is who you know, not what you know. So networking is one of the key things. So whether you're participating in sport or you're going and watching or you know people playing sport, just try and network as much as possible. You're very lucky if you're in a situation where you're inside a team environment, and the contacts you have from that is brilliant. So when you're writing this, just make sure that you're really explaining all the opportunities and contacts that you've got and how that can help you as a sports chiropractor move forwards, because they are really, really important.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. And I actually had a student reach out to me recently asking about this section of the scholarship, because she was concerned that because she hadn't made a national team and hadn't gone to the Olympics, that she then wasn't going to win the scholarship. And I just want to make it very clear that is not the case. We're looking for the fact that you have been involved in sport, you have been involved in exercise and fitness, because that's, you're being a sports chiropractor, you need to understand movement of the body, but we're not expecting anyone to have won gold medals at the Olympics or anything like that. It is about how you are relaying your experience within your sport to how it's going to help you. And there have been some instances where we've had applicants who have done incredibly well. I mean, Alicia, I think you're in the Canadian bobsleigh team. Am I correct? I mean, that's awesome.
I was, yes.
That is really, really awesome. So, I mean, those sort of things, we do read them and we find them impressive. And obviously that comes to front of mind, but it's about how it's written and how you're relaying that experience to your future chiropractic career. So please don't think that just because you have not been at the top of your sport that you cannot apply for the scholarship. That's absolutely not the case. So sorry, Alicia, I'm just getting like flashbacks of cool runnings now. So yeah, all right. So that's your participation in sports. That's just the paragraph. The third thing that you need to do is write a short paragraph again of about 200 words about your involvement in sports chiropractic. So this is about how, as a student, have you kind of taken the initiative to get involved with sports chiropractic? Because a lot of the time, sometimes there's not actual courses within your university. So what initiative have you taken to learn more about this sphere of the profession? So I'm going to ask Louisa, if you don't mind commenting on this, just how would you, what would your advice be to someone on how to approach this section of the application?
I've actually gotten a lot of questions about this, and people always think that because what I wrote is that I recently founded the club at WIOC with some other people, and obviously you don't have to have founded the club to apply for this or to qualify. I think that people underestimate like how much it means to already get involved, like how many people don't do that. So find a club if there is one at your uni, attend the talks, like look outside in other organizations or in your local organizations if they have any talks about it. Try to get in contact with sports chiropractors. They're usually really, really friendly. So don't be scared. And if you're interested, just try and engage with sports chiropractors. That's really the main thing. As Sam said, networking and just showing that you're passionate about it, and that's what you want to do. I think that's the main thing for this section.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know there's been some concerns because obviously with COVID, there's been no sports events for, students to assist at, and people have been concerned of that, that also being something lacking in the application. But guys, I promise you, we're completely aware that there have been no events going on that will not go against you. What we're looking for is, have you taken the initiative to join a club if it's at your school? Or have you, gone in and joined in on webinars and talks that have been supplied to you by different organizations, as Louisa was mentioning. We just want to see that you've taken the initiative to really learn about your passion that we're hoping is your passion of sports chiropractic. We're wanting that to come through, that you are passionate about sports chiropractic and you've taken those steps to learn more about it. So that's basically what it's all about on that section. And then the fourth and final thing is we would like a letter from a faculty member. Basically, that's someone that has either taught you sports chiropractic or some sort of a related subject. And they need to just write a letter, basically promoting you for the award and saying why they think you should be awarded the scholarship. So Lizandi, can you just talk us through who you chatted to and how that worked for you?
So I think you must always go to like a lecturer or someone that you have a close relationship with and how they know you. So if you're passionate about sports and they know, okay, you're passionate about sports and how your personality is, obviously you go to that lecturer or person that knows you best and will describe you best to the FICS Commission so that they can actually see, okay, how do other people like see you in the real world, and what do you have to bring to the table? So I think it's very important that you make sure that the person you go to knows a bit about you and what your goals as a chiropractor will be for one day and how your work ethic is, as that is also always very important. So yeah, I will give that to say for the students, yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Lizandi. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely, guys. That's a really good piece of advice to go to someone who you have a closer relationship with. Again, on the website, there are examples of faculty letters of previous winners. So you can go have a look at that. What I do just suggest is whoever you go and speak to, make sure they understand what the award is, understand how much you want it. Because I have seen in the past when people have applied, we basically get like a letter in from someone who doesn't really know them, and it says like, dear FICS Selection Committee, Gillian Johnston is a student at this university and she is in good standing. And sometimes that's all we've received, and it's just not enough. We need a little bit more from the faculty member explaining genuinely why they think you as a person and you as a future chiropractor should be receiving this award. So just make sure they are aware of that when you ask them. And that's why it is good to go to someone that you have more of a closer relationship to, so you feel a bit more comfortable to ask them. But I'm sure any faculty member at a university, they would love for you to get this opportunity to win this scholarship. So as long as you explain the process to them and perhaps show them some of the letters of the previous winners that are on the website, they'll get a better understanding of what they need to write. All right, guys, so those are the 4 things. Number 1, essay. Number 2, a paragraph about your own participation in sports. Number 3, a paragraph about your participation within sports chiropractic. And number 4, a letter from a faculty member. All of the info, all of the examples are on the website. It'll be posted in a social media post, I'm sure, with a link, so you guys can go straight there and have a look. If you do have any questions, please reach out to us, either at student@fixsport.org or admin@fixsport.org, and we will assist you. But there is so much great information on the website, and so much more than what these guys on the call actually got last time. So really go take advantage of the resources we've given you. And I'd just like to take this opportunity now just to thank our 2022 sponsors that are going to be sponsoring this year's award, and that is Life University, Erconia, Logan University, Northwestern Health Sciences University, as well as Dynamic Tape. So thank you so much to these sponsors. We literally couldn't have the scholarship without your guys' support. And it is just so appreciated. So thank you to these wonderful, wonderful sponsors for 2022. And the next thing we're going to go on and talk about is just the FICS Charity. So the FICS Charity is a newly launched project within FICS, and one of their key objectives is the student scholarships. So how everyone that is watching this can get involved is you can go onto the website, and you're going to go onto that little link that's at the bottom there, and you can donate money towards the FICS Charity. And not only are you going to be a good person for doing this, but you will also be put into the draw, and you will stand a chance of winning, sponsored by our wonderful sponsor, Oconia. You can win one of the handheld cold lasers that is valued at $7,400. So that is absolutely amazing. So if you donate between now and the 30th of September, you will be in that draw to win this absolutely incredible prize sponsored by Oconia. So please, guys, go on, support the future of sports chiropractic. You really won't regret it, and you could end up winning an awesome laser at the same time. All right. So, guys, with that, we can now officially declare that the applications for the 2022 student scholarships are now, is everyone unmuted? Open! Hey! So thank you so much to our wonderful 2021 scholarship recipients, including Mitch in this. Mitch, we love you and we're sorry you're not here. But thank you, Sam, Lizandi, Alicia, Louisa, and Mitch. You guys have been absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited to have you guys continue to be a part of the FICS family. Personally, will forever always be here for you guys if you need anything, as I know so many of the other FICS family. So thank you for everything. To everyone who is looking to apply, get on the website, get started, get working on your applications early so you're not in a rush to get them in. They are now open. They will close on the 31st of October. Please make sure that you have them in on the 31st of October. No late applications will be accepted. And then winners will be announced towards the end of November, December. All right. So, guys, that is us for tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us on this FICS Facebook Live. And thank you to the four of you for joining me. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it is.
Thank you so much.